Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. Today, I'm going to be doing a gear review of some exciting new tools that I got. If you haven't seen them already, I'll put some cards up here to videos that I've done in the past of some similar tools from this same company. But I found kind of a really inexpensive, I'm sure that the tools are from China, I understand that up front, but if you're looking for budget-minded tools to kind of complement your overlanding rig, to have some tools on hand in case you need to do some trailside repairs or something like that, I think these are really great buys for the money. They're very inexpensive, they're good quality, they've got some really nice features that like my Craftsman stuff, my name brand stuff doesn't even have. But let's get into a little bit more info on the Sorako impact driver set. Alright guys, so as I mentioned, today I'm talking about this set of impact sockets from Sorako. One thing that I really like about this is it's really small form factor, and I will put the dimensions on here, how thick it is, how long it is, and how tall it is, so that you've got that info if you're looking to see if it'll fit in a decked system in your drawers or behind a seat or under a seat or something like that in your vehicle. I'll put those dimensions up on the screen for you. But I like it because it's really pretty small. Like in the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty small set. It comes with its own case, which I like because again, I don't want to have to take a giant tool chest with a bunch of tools loose in there rattling around when I'm off-roading and stuff, when I'm hitting trails. Getting mixed up, potentially getting broken, that sort of thing. I like that these have their own dedicated storage spots, and then I can find a spot that these fit because they're small. So let's open it up and see what's inside. I also have a small breaker bar, and I'll put a link to that and these in the description down below if you're looking for something like that. I got like a 17-inch or 16-inch breaker bar just to have for doing like tires and stuff like that. If I, wanted to if I needed to change a tire on the side of the trail, or if I needed to have a little bit more oomph than a regular wrench, then I have this breaker bar, this small, like sort of mid-sized breaker bar. So that's kind of my plan. Is I'm not going to necessarily use an impact gun with this. I just like impact sockets because they're a little bit tougher. They're always long for the most part. At least the ones that I always buy are always long ones, which I also like having that little bit of extra reach to get to stuff. So that's why I bought these, and I'm just going to use them with a hand breaker bar. So one thing to note is, I don't know if this is a pro or a con for you, it does have like a sort of a insert in here just to, again, keep everything from rattling. So if you're keeping this inside your cab, then you don't have to worry about it smacking and rattling around because you're going to have this nice padding in here. Now here's the actual socket set. So basically with this set, you get a 10 through 19 millimeter socket. I'll also put a link to the comparable standard set. So if you need standard tools, they've got that as well. I went with metric because my truck's a Japanese truck. Everything's metric. And then in addition to those 10 through 19 mils, you also get some bigger ones, which actually for my Nissan is pretty useful because I know I've had to use a 23, 24 once or twice on like the hubs and stuff like that. So this also has a 20, 21, 22, and 24. Another thing that I really like is that it comes with a 5-inch impact extension, and then it also comes with a 10-inch sort of handle. So you could put, a socket on this end, and it is pretty nice. They've got the little locking balls so that once you put it on, it's not just going to fall off. But you could put it on this end so you can get additional leverage, or you could put it on this end so that you could, sort of reach down into a place that you couldn't reach to otherwise. So this almost kind of has a breaker bar with it. The thing that I like about my breaker bar is that it's got an adjustable head to it. So if you have a hard to reach spot, you've got a little bit more capability to get to that spot. But still super nice that that's all self-contained in here. You could do a lot of stuff just with this set. Another thing that I want to point out about this, which is really interesting and cool, is so they're chrome vanadium, so they're made of like a really good quality steel, right? But you notice that kind of that sheen on it. I can't quite tell what they did with this, but it's almost like they like sprayed it with like a Raptor liner or something, but it almost has like a texture to it, which again, like my Craftsman sockets don't have anything like that, but like it's just really good to grip. Like you have a really good grip on it. It's not slippery, which I think is just a really cool, nice touch, right? Just put this nice little finish on it to give you some texture so that you're not dropping them all the time, right? So that's pretty cool. Again, inside of the box, I like that they have, everything has its own place and everything's kind of locked in place. So again, for a dedicated tool set, this is going to be super useful because most of the things on my truck are, you know, a 10, a 14, a 17, some things are 19. That's all covered just in that initial span of sockets. And then if I need some of the bigger ones, I've got those as well. So again, trying to keep this super simple and concise and to the point. I've given you the dimensions of the case that it comes in. I've talked about everything that comes inside the box. The quality, I mean, it's their sockets. There's a million ways that you could spend $200 on this same set to buy a name brand one, and nothing against people that do that at all. You know, if I had the money, I would love to do that. I'd love to have a $200 socket set and just the best of the best stuff. But for an occasional trailside repair, I just can't justify spending that much money, but I love the idea of having these dedicated in their own case, easy to access, small footprint, where I can just keep them in the truck. So even if I go to the grocery store and something happens and I'm like, man, if I had a 17 mil deep socket right now, I could do this, and a breaker bar, I could fix this. I could change this tire. I could do whatever I need to do a trail fix to get back to my house, right? So now this will just always be locked up inside the truck. I'll always have it. So I've got this. I've got some other ratcheting wrenches that I've got from these guys that I'll put a tag to up here as well, a card to up there. I've had really good luck with these tools, and I really like, again, the form factor and the size of them and the fact that they can be a dedicated thing in my truck that I've got. So again, I hope that was helpful for you guys. Even if you're not into overlanding, even if you're not, you know, necessarily into camping or four-wheeling or anything like that, and you just wanted to see these tools, I hope that was helpful for you. If you are into that stuff, though, look down below in the description. There are links to my Facebook page, my Instagram page. There's a Patreon page where we all hang out. There's a Newbie Overlanders group. So if you are into camping and overlanding, definitely check that out as well. Totally free to join. And I also have a podcast. So I talk about camping stuff, overlanding stuff every week, and do a couple videos per week. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely click that subscribe button. I'd love to have you. But that is it for this week. That is the Sorako Impact Socket Set. Drop a like if that was helpful for you. Drop a comment if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.